In this video, I'm going to talk about 3 tips for a more attractive physique. Number 1, walk at least 10,000 steps a day. So walking more will improve stuff like blood flow, insulin sensitivity, nutrient transportation, nutrient absorption, and also things like body composition by helping you burn more fat and keep more muscle mass. And this part, the one about body composition, is one that I rarely see ever talked about, if ever. So for example, if you're sedentary compared to if you're walking all day, or are doing movement all day, you're way more likely to keep muscle mass and to burn fat. So a lot of people are sedentary. It's pretty rare to do 10K steps a day or more. So this is a pretty easy fix to improve your body composition, as well as keep you ahead of the competition, because most people are not doing this. People do it when they're teenagers, when they have to move around all the time. But when they become adults, most people become pretty much sedentary. And also it's better for your health and also body composition if you do this throughout the day compared to all at once. So if you're walking 10,000 steps a day, all within 1 hour or 1.5 hours, it's not as ideal compared to doing 2,000 steps and then 2 hours later, 1,000 or 2,000, for example, until you reach 10,000. Because your body likes movement. It doesn't like to stay in the same position for a very long time, which unfortunately is what a lot of us do in the modern day. But if you want to optimize body composition as well as health outcomes, you should try to move all day, not be too long in the same position. And also walking in nature has more benefits, more physiological benefits compared to walking in the city, all else equal. It's going to decrease your cortisol, increase your focus, and increase well-being in general. And it's also healthier to walk during the day than at night. So during the day has focus benefits, mood benefits, circadian rhythm benefits, and during the night it's still beneficial, but there are multiple benefits that you're not going to be getting compared to walking during the day. So ideal settings is walking throughout the day in nature and ideally in daylight. Number 2, training upper chest. So in a way, this is basically frauding better insertion genetics. What is attractive is not necessarily to have the biggest chest, but what is attractive is to actually have a full chest, which a lot of people don't have because of genetics, but they can fraud that with their training. I'm having Brad Pitt here as an example because he doesn't have a huge chest, but is full. And that's probably due to genetics, more so than training. But the goal is to essentially try to replicate those insertion genetics by training upper chest, which a lot of people talk about, but not a lot of people do. At least at the gym, I don't really see a lot of people training it. And you have to train it just like any other muscle. You need to go slower on the eccentric, you need to control the weights, you need to progressively overload, and you need to make sure that other muscles don't take over. So for example, with the upper chest, if you do it too fast, for example, you run the risk of the triceps and especially the front delts to actually take over. So you need to control your reps and make sure that the target muscle is the one failing the exercise, not another one. So again, having a full chest is pretty aesthetic, and the way you get this is by focusing more on the upper compared to the lower. The ideal angle when it comes to the bench to train upper chest is around 30 degrees. A lot of people think it's 45, but with 45 and up, you start to target more of the front delts, which is not what you want. You want the upper chest. So if you're doing it on a bench, then try to put it at 30 degrees and you're going to maximize mechanical tension when it comes to the upper chest. And number 3, get enough protein. So there's still an endless debate that's probably never going to end when it comes to how much protein you should intake. However, the best meta-analysis that we have shows that above 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight is likely just wasted. Here's the change in FFMI observed relative to protein intake, and above around 1.6 grams per kilogram of body weight, it's usually just wasted, in most cases at least, because this is an average. So you can consume a little bit more if you want to be on the safe side, but it's likely going to be wasted. And again, this is average, so perhaps if you have really good muscle building genetics or if you take steroids, then maybe the number is higher. But in most cases, the number is around 1.6. And if you want to find out how to build a more attractive physique, the program is inside the school community. So click the link in the pinned comment and join the school community if you want to get access to it.